Ready! Hello, everybody. Welcome to a critically average adventure, and welcome to this this little glade that we like to call the Fragments. It's a D&D 5e campaign. I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. Yeah, we're here today, and all in a room virtually, but actually, our characters have gone on holiday. Basically, well, they've taken a little road trip.
It's ice road trucking or whatever it is.
Ice Road Truckers. Yeah, this is an episode of Ice Road Truckers where they've got to the pit stop in between.
Like a woods, a forest.
Woods, yeah. So they've reached the after leaving the city of that was genius. That was an ice cube fail, like falling inside the drink and then splashing all over the face.
Nice.
You swimming. After leaving the city of Mornsal, after causing quite some chaos, they travelled with a halfling tribe of Screesia herders across the ice waste for a few days, split off with them, and then made the rest of the way to the Ironroot Forest on their own. They've just reached the outer boughs of this place. A pine forest, tall and very covered from above, quite large spaces in between the trunks underneath, a fine bed of pine needles where the snow has not managed to drift inside or drop down from the trees above where it's been sheltered. And what seems to be a reasonable track of sorts that runs through, well traversed, and that lovely scent of that pine scent when you walk into a pine forest. As soon as you start getting near, you start smelling that sort of that sap on the wind, that kind of
is it not the little cutout one that Ilin made for us that's hanging from the back of on the front of the wagon?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly
refresh.
What that smell is. It's you think you might be able to top this up with some of that essential
Pine fresh.
Yeah, some of that essential essence from a tree. Just rub that on a bit of pine
Or
bark.
it's like we actually cut a new one.
Cut yourself your own thing. Describe how this goes. What are we doing? I think we've got
I just had a
glitch. We're not
just had a thought.
driving. No, we're not glitch. We've got Jackson driving.
Yeah.
He says screen name says glitch, and we still say Peter Norman, which is me, but we probably should say DM/Charlie. And this is Killian Norn. Should I put Dragonborn?
No. I swear to God, today, if you don't go back to work tomorrow, I'm going to throttle.
That's my day off.
Oh, Jesus. I'm actually going to throttle you tomorrow. Yes. If you're carrying on like this, I'm done already. Sorry.
I think Jax was driving, if I'm right. Jackson seemed to be taking up the driver role. Fellows, what else are we doing? What's happening? Is anyone on the insides? Are we up on top? Are we on the seats? I think the suggestion was to send Charlie above.
And fly to see if there's any encampments or see if there's any like smoke rising from Knoll encampments on the road.
If I remember absolutely appallingly, because
he saw trees.
Yeah, he saw trees with his I think it was a 7 in total, maybe.
Amazing, he didn't crash into said trees. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think I remember it.
I have one question. The wagon we're on, you got wheels or sled?
Sled-ish.
Sled-ish.
Sled. It is a sled.
Oh. And you just said the trees are pine-covered floor.
It's where the snow hasn't managed to fall through. So around the bottoms of the pine, I would say there is like piles of pine, and then where the natural shape of the pine has allowed the snow to slide. So it is where you are on the road. It is icy, and you think you might be able to traverse it quite reasonably. There is a gap where the road has been made. The trees are harder to encroach upon this area.
Cool. Just watch the road sort of thing. Make sure we don't crash into dry earth. Come to a screeching halt.
Just like and the whole thing flips over like some sort of scene from like a James Bond movie or something like that. Or what was that one? Was it Speed, where the bus flips? Is it that Speed where the bus flips over? Is that Speed? Yeah. Or Batman. There's a nice one in the Batman with the bus flips over, isn't there? Where the
It's kind of famous. A famous move in any action movie.
Any action movie where a vehicle flips over, one of them. It's exactly like that. But that's not going to happen. Because Jax is
Burst of the Flames, even though it's impossible. Yeah, why not?
Owen,
yes.
Do you have any contact with your cousins here?
My cousins? I'm an orphan.
You're a goblin.
Thank you for noticing. I have no cousins. I'm an orphan.
Bugbears.
Bugbears.
Are cousins to goblin.
I'll try not to take offense at that.
What sense that they are?
That's not how breeding works. Not how families work.
I think maybe what Jackson is trying to convey, that you are considered to be of a similar lineage.
You guys are like 9 feet tall, and I can barely scrape 3. So I would have hated to see that pairing.
I know, Alchemist Owen.
How pray tell, Jackson? Are we related? Where on that family tree does that come in?
Well, when two people love each other very much.
Just Killian actually.
And have had a lot to drink and are very inventive.
And there's a frost giant involved.
Wow.
When a goblin and a frost giant.
About hobgoblins.
Never heard of them.
Oh, they're other cousins of yours.
I don't know. Got a very big family for someone who's never met his parents. So, what do you want? Do I speak Goblinoid? Yes. Have I spoken Goblinoid in the last 15 years? No.
Not even to Jenius?
Not really.
No.
I lived in Modern South. It's the common tongue or nothing. It's the trade tongue. Everyone speaks the same language.
I thought you might have encouraged him to, keep up with tradition.
What tradition? I'm an orphan. I literally with humans.
So where did you learn it?
Would I learn it? I learned that from my master. Because sometimes it's good to know the language of somebody who's about to steal from you.
You mean Malice Dokarth? He speaks Goblin?
He speaks more language than you think.
Well, you learn something every day. I didn't expect that of
Have you ever spoken Goblin to other goblins?
Once, twice.
Because when I've met like humans that talk Orcish, they have a really bad accent.
I've had a conversation with a few goblins in my time. They travel through from time to time. I get a feeling that most goblins don't like the snow.
What do you think?
I bet you snow goblins do.
Never met one. Technically, I am one.
Gosh, what is that?
It's meant to be a gnome.
That is petrifying. That is scary too.
Well,
do you want me to talk to them, or do you want to? Oh, that's weird. Do you want me to find them?
Well,
track them down?
If it's their forest and we're about to wander through it, Giddy was saying that they normally pay tribute or stuff. So, like having someone to negotiate that in their language is probably a good thing.
Is that a mushroom with the butt?
Well, if they speak Goblinoid, okay.
Oh, I see. As you
What historically, what have the gnolls and creatures of the forest wanted in tribute? What stories or tales have I heard from taverns of Warden Sal? What complaints of being fleeced have I heard?
it is normally a little unfair.
Obviously.
They have a seemingly large presence within the forest.
Mm-hmm.
They normally ask of, they're quite fond of meat. Meat is one of the things that they often ask for. You've often heard of them taking rations, dried rations, like the kind of jerky type things. Seems to be quite a favorite of theirs. They will take jewels and gold and payment like that, which they can trade outside, but it's normally when you've had travelers come back, Erwin, they've been normally just like, like getting something that you have to do, but you're not happy about doing it. That kind of thing, that kind of feeling.
Absolutely.
The kind of like price of train fares, for example. Like, it's the only way I really want to travel because I don't want to have to worry about driving in traffic, but the price of it? No.
Yeah, Jackson, as far as I heard from the tales of people, remember, I have not been through the forest myself, so this is tales from other merchants who have come from that way.
Yeah.
They trade in meat, so we can expect to lose one of our squeeger in the transaction. They sometimes take gems, but they prefer stuff they can't get in the forest, essentially.
Do they like respect strength? So, like, can you challenge their champion or anything?
I doubt any merchant has ever tried that. The answer is maybe. Maybe all merchants are doing it wrong. We just need to be buff. I don't know. They have the lion's share of people. They man the roads. We will meet them on the road because they, almost like bandits, they are camped out on the passes.
I'm sorry.
We don't have to look for them. They will find us.
Do you want to, Killian? Are you okay with? We've got to go on. We must get to Kinkanzex. There's many questions we must ask of the wizards and sages there. I hate to say it, but
Wrong dice, but it was a 20, so don't take it.
You seem a little different after your night of watch, Killian.
I just insight checked you with the natural 20.
So,
You seem I don't know, Killian. Like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, it's a different dog. There's a dog conversation going on next door.
sorry, it's just like a really loud booming bark and then this tiny little and it's like, that's not the normal dog sound we hear it. Yes.
What's eating you, my friend? You can tell Charles.
No.
Your skin's ice cold. Oh.
No. No.
Not willing to share? Is it because the others are listening?
No.
You need a heart to heart. me late.
Definitely not.
I'm up for that completely.
No.
Look, if you ever need
No.
to. There's no helping some people. Okay, what do we do next? Owen, is there some sort of ritual we must follow when we enter the forest, or are we just to travel and meet the people?
How do I know? Simple case. They turn up, they demand, people pay the toll, and on the way they go.
Mhm.
Unless there's out of character more that I could glean from my memories from the tales from taverns. Other than that, then I'm as blind as anybody else.
What would you know? You could roll.
Only what again? I generally haven't been out this
Yeah.
way, so this would just be
Yeah.
tales from taverns.
I guess it would be a history. I
Yeah,
guess. You could
okay,
roll
I'll work with
history, looking back into your
Yep.
past. Oh no, that's not the wrong. That's the wrong character sheet. That's Alora's character sheet.
But clearly, it was very boring stories because I got a 5 in total. I
Um,
don't remember a thing.
You get that
Really
overload
boring.
of like, it's not interested you. That's the problem.
But
you,
I mean,
you're
ultimately,
enjoying.
trade stories are boring. I don't
Yeah.
really listen to them.
Yeah.
Ultimately my route was along the ice bridge, so I never came this way.
You were a city boy. What's your passive perception, please, John?
My passive is
Oh,
looking for it. 16.
okay. And the rest of you?
11, I think.
11.
Yeah.
With dark vision of 60 feet, just in case. Matters.
Charles and you almost notice Owen at the same time. As he's twinkling in, he glances out the side of his eye and says, those bird-like eyes do and they kind of finally focus into a pinprick.
Mhm.
And as you see those eyes zoom closed, you follow that eye line and your ear picks it up and you see a form just move through the thickets
Mhm.
deeper into the forest. You see them just for a brief second and then they're away inside the kind of shrubs and stuff to the side of the road. A brown form with kind of what appears to be like an armor made out of leather strips, basically.
A scout.
Are we talking to him?
Well, I think they'll be talking to them sooner rather than later.
Oi, Mr. Scout!
Or sooner.
You, with your ears, you just pick up the footsteps moving away, and Charles will confirm and say,
Yeah, Jackson, they're just moving deeper into the forest. Just someone watching from the outside, seeing who's coming in.
Probably sending a message to the group. Go, hey guys, we've got another one. Put on the barbecue.
Just hope we are not the things to be skewered.
Thankfully, we have Screeger. We might have to lose one. But yeah.
Um,
No,
Charles
certainly put
will
some good.
actually smile at that.
Well, I can't say I'm sorry to see that one go.
And he points at the one that trampled him.
no, that's the polar bear.
Was it a polar bear? Oh no, sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
no.
He didn't ride any
You're
Screeger.
not giving him a polar bear.
No,
No, we're not giving him a polar bear.
he will,
What do you think I got the Screeger for? It was literally fresh meat on the hoof.
Yeah. It's actually how people traveled back in the day. They literally, even these days, where people cross the steppes in Mongolia and things like that, they had their rations literally were animals, and the animals were alive and just moved along. They basically carried themselves.
yeah, portable ration.
Portable rations, yeah.
That was literally
so-
the idea.
Is that what Charlie is? Is Charlie a portable ration?
He's basically KFC.
Oh,
Just think of the drumsticks. Just think of the drumsticks.
Yeah,
but wouldn't he be KFP?
KFP.
Kentucky Fried Pigeon.
Yeah, KFP.
KFP.
Oh god, that's terrible, man. That's terrible. I love it though.
Well, let's get going. So I reckon probably 2 sitting on the back looking back and 2 sitting on the front, one driving and one looking forward.
Yep. Okay. Charlie, what back or front?
You and I seem to be very aware of things.
So do you want back or front?
One either end, yes?
Back or front? Which one do you want?
I'll sit up front for Jackson.
I'm on the back.
Yes.
I was just thinking it might be better because then no one can chat to them. Because they're probably going to try and stop us from the front.
Well, obviously, but then we're stopped and we can talk. And can't you speak their language,
Goblin.
Jackson?
I don't speak Goblin.
Do you know these creatures speak Goblin?
They're
They're
all
more likely to
part-
speak Orc.
Well,
Why?
just-
They're big and brown with fur. Do I look like I have fur?
Out of character, John. Bugbears are goblinoid.
Out of character, Matt. I know. It makes no sense even in the game. I'm going to run with it.
Just like denying that like genetic heritage all the way back.
Oh,
Like,
It makes no sense.
dinosaurs were birds. Nonsense.
When we meet them, you can talk to mid goblin and I can talk to mid orcish and we'll see who they respond to. How about that?
Sure. Also, out of character, don't they speak both languages?
I don't think so.
Uh,
They probably speak common.
I think,
Everyone does. Yay. Trade
uh,
language. Everyone knows what money is.
common and goblinoid. And goblin.
Yeah.
That's what they think. But you don't know
That
about
sucks.
these. That's what the stat block says.
Right, yep. Hey,
But
it
speaks head.
makes sense.
They all speak French just beautifully. Oh, that'd be so funny if I just broke out.
I am a
Fluent
knoll. A what? A knoll. That's right. Some sort of bestial creature? How dare you, sir? Sipping some wine. On guard. Ching. Hello, rapier.
Musketeer Knowles! Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful image. I love
Yep.
that. Like in the full foppery. But Knowles, like the salivating teeth, but they're all very, very well cleaned and like almost like, oh no, they're Knowles.
What have you done, John?
Doodle.
Hmm?
Wait a minute, it is Dogtanian.
Yeah.
Yes.
What? Musket hounds are always ready. One, helping everybody. I can't go any higher than that. He goes up on octave and I go, nope.
Yeah, okay. That is a future game, Dogtanian Knowles. Do you start moving the cart on forwards into the forest?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's have perception. Are you up front, John, or are you up back?
I'm back.
No, back. Okay.
Like I said, it
I'm not
makes
doing
sense,
very
but at the
well
same
when
time, it's
he's
like, we're going to stop. I'll get out. We'll talk. Whatever. Yeah.
Ali, get in bed.
Oh dear, Charlie is looking around. Charlie is not looking very well.
I love the idea. His passive is like, there was something else to dice. I can't remember how to open my eyes.
Dice on that. Can you quickly get- sorry, man. Oh no, I'm not doing well with these dice today. I don't know
Wah,
why.
wah, wah.
Charlie notices. What does Charlie
He
notice?
notices things. It's a
He does
miracle.
notice a thing.
Oh, is it just the one?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I didn't even know why the D12 fell. I didn't even touch the D12.
Suicide look has never been used.
No.
Okay, so hold on, sorry. I'm all out of order here. Sorry, folks.
That's not a problem.
I've got an interesting thing and I can't find where it is now.
Oh, gee.
Never
I
mind.
don't like it when you say that. It's scary.
I always wondered about goblins and the goblinoid races. Like,
Hmm.
they are so different to each other when you look in the books, especially D&D books. It's like, where do they come from? I I love when you look into monster manuals and things like that. When you see these like similarity, you see these groupings. In this case, a language grouping. And go, what's the story there? There always seems to be a story there. Are they all from the same area? Is there like a once kingdom where these creatures were ruled or were rulers? Why is that a language they all seem to share? Because they don't look any different, same to each other. There's very few similarities to each other.
I like the evolution of kobolds that were little dog people, then turned into little
Lizards.
dragon things.
Well,
Yeah.
Dragon peeps.
Over the course of editions, they changed completely.
They went from furry to doggy to
I think
scaly.
I
Yeah.
have in one of the older board games. I've got some original kobolds that look like the weird little dog folks,
You do.
and I've
Well,
also
I've
got some very weird looking goblins as well.
Well,
And
goblins in the white monster manual, big AD&D second edition, big old white brick of a book. The goblinoids were more impish. They were like they had almost like football heads, American football heads with big ears.
Yeah, what did I?
They were literally like 2 eyes, 2 noses, and a lot of teeth. It was like,
Yeah.
I am a goblin. You're a
less
nightmare.
Humanoid. As you go through, you notice that there is living things within the forest. Everybody, you kind of start hearing like bird calls, and you kind of it's a lot more inhabited than the plains themselves. The trees giving a modicum of shelter, and where there's greenery, you're going to get like insects and things that can survive the cold weather. And as it's getting warmer, and John and Owen, you would notice this more than anyone, that the temperature change. You guys are just feeling like it's freezing. It's always freezing. Every time you've been here, it's freezing. But to Erwin,
I'm always cold.
yeah, but you would just know that this is freezing and it's absolutely perfect. But like you might actually maybe you are starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable because back home it's cold and the summer's coming on, and even now you look through the forest, you see like little flowers start pushing up through the snow here and there, like where like the little snow, like a snowdrop, but like a blue kind of color. They're just kind of starting popping up. Yeah, like a leaf beneath the soil, like coming up through the ground.
Wild garlic.
Wild garlic, man.
Smells like
Wild garlic pesto, amazing, proper good.
Smell of it.
And Charlie notices,
Jackson, slow up.
Okay, I will start trying to slow our polar bear. We're not on a downhill.
No, pretty flat. And Jackson, he points into the trees and says,
Do you see that?
The forest?
No, just there.
I will try and see what Charles is referring to.
he directs your gaze to a tree trunk that's about
pair of eyes, blink, blink.
maybe 35, 40 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Hey, look." And you see like the tree trunk, and you see that this tree has been well lived in by birds. And you can see like the guano or the droppings, or around the bottom of the tree, as you would do. Then some of the guano shifts. Part of the bark shifts. And kind of shuffles round the base of the tree.
As I do a fair amount of outdoorsy stuff, would that be something I might recognize?
Yeah, you could give it a go.
Survival or nature?
Nature.
Uh, 13.
You look quite closely. You're trying to discern quite what is there. But you think it might be grazing That's what you get. You can't work out what it is, but you think maybe grazing or something like that.
Sucking on the bark of the tree.
It's a large. It would be considered a medium something.
I don't know what it is, but as long as it's over there, I mean, it's into the tree line a bit.
It's off to the right of the cart.
Like what, 20, 25 feet off the road, or more or less, or
Yeah, so you got 5 foot of road, then you got maybe 30 feet of it into the tree line.
I am going to start up the polar bears again and tell Charlie to keep an eye on them.
Very well. I shall. Owen?
Yes.
Ian?
Mhm.
There's a something to your left.
Oh, I always like a joy good something.
We couldn't work out what Jackson didn't know, and I couldn't make out what it was. It's round one of the trees, about 30 feet away.
Left or right?
To your left, my right.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're looking backwards.
Yeah, I'll stick my head out, look out the back of it, and just see, peer at.
Yeah, you're greeted by, if you're looking, Killian and Erwin, you can see this thing kind of shuffle round, and you see that the dung is on the branches, and you see the dung is on the thing, and it shuffles round and does something, and then shuffles around the base of this tree.
Do I know what it is?
I ask, when you say a thing, are we talking about an indistinct blob, or does it seem to have arms and legs and
You
some sort of
cannot
silhouette?
make that out. You can. It kind of.
Got fuzzy borders, essentially.
Yeah, you can't make out any fingers or feet or anything. You just see kind of like a shape, like a.
No limbs or appendages that could be limbs.
Not that you can see, no,
Oh no.
from where you are now. It just shuffles and then stops, kind of shrinks a bit, then around a little bit more.
There's only really marks on the tree where it's been,
Make a
like
perception.
yeah, like scratches or sucking. Was it just cleaner than it was a second ago? Perception. Hey, we're back to the old Owen. He can't roll for toffee. 9 in total.
Perception from you if you're staring.
Yeah.
He's not in his comfort zone. He can't see toffee. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? What's a tree?
17. Killian Norn, you notice that everywhere that the thing has stooped, there are no longer the little flowers poking up.
So it's collecting the flowers.
Or eating them.
Come in.
Would I know what this thing is looking at it? From looking at it.
You can make a nature check if you wish to and see if you can out nature Jackson.
Yeah,
Nine.
go on.
You do out nature Jackson. Jesus.
Apparently, these are common in the Dragonlands. Oh, these things, are they? Common.
You wonder what the heck is wrong with everybody else, Killian. You look at this and you realise that it's someone in a very big cape
Right.
that's covered in bird crap. But they're just like
Hunched over,
hunched, stooping.
picking flowers.
Yeah.
Okay.
We trundle along. Do you inform us? Yell out? Do a Jackson? Walk up to him? Punch him in the face? You know?
I just kind of turn to Erwin, look
Yep.
like, kind of frown a bit at him as if to go like, "Are you mad?
Serious.
It's like, are you joking?" And then I'm like, "Can you not? Can you really not see?"
See what?
They're wearing a cloak.
What's wearing a cloak?
The person.
Okay. Good cloak. Good
It is
disguise.
coming closer, Killian.
As the cart kind of trundles past.
Is
We'll
it
let you know.
Sorry,
So-
Owen.
We'll let you know.
Mhm.
So, hermit in the forest with a really nice cloak. Okay.
The shuffling continues.
okay,
Next
Killian?
to Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on, Owen.
I said, are you okay, Killian?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Turn around to Charlie and I'm like, it's not an it.
And the shuffling continues until there is eye line drawn from inside the hood
Mhm,
to the cart.
mhm.
Mhm.
And then very quickly towards the back of the cart, shuffling through the snow.
Towards the cart.
Oh.
Full speed.
It's coming towards us at speed. You sure it's not an it? I say to Killian as I basically relax my hands and think about daggers.
Do I know what they are yet?
The hood is like draped down all over. The hood is dark and they shuffle towards you. There is just bird crap.
There is
To
just
be honest, I will hold my action until it tries to jump onto the cart or grab a hold of the cart or anything. We've got are the Scrooger behind us. Are we leading the Scrooger? Or are they all to the side of us? That's the question.
I don't know. I think
I would assume they would be sort of tied to the back with the other two polar bears that aren't being ridden. Or
Okay,
being
cool, fantastic.
with
If
the-
this creature gets within 10 feet of any of our pack animals, I will be flinging daggers in its general direction. Not to hit, but to warn. And probably call out, no.
Can I have a look over my shoulder? Because the one thing that I've had a thought of that it could
Oh.
possibly be is it roughly the same size shape of our missing hag?
no, taller.
Okay.
Shape is taller.
Maybe it doesn't mean anything. These things can fly, turn invisible.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try and speed up a bit, I think.
Okay. Let's have a. They're not. I'm guessing you were going at regular pace. So going to the next kind of speed up. There's no biggie. You're just making them move double their movement. You start.
Well, I'm kind of hoping if it starts it either gives up chase or starts sprinting, at which point the cloak might fall back and we have a better idea of what the hell we're dealing with. Or they might say, hey, or something. But you know.
Yeah, so the cart speeds up, the thing speeds up, starts running full pelt, and then you see little hands coming out at the end of the sleeves as it's running towards you, and then it pulls back the hood, and you see these beautiful horns that kind of drop down this way, and you see this rather pudgy face and this rather ragtaggle mass of hair that's around the face, and it's just running towards you as fast as it can, and then it's like waving, stop, stop. Stop! 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 Stop!
Wants us to stop.
Okay. Do we want to stop?
Okay. Will this slow down? We don't have to stop completely.
All right, I will slow down. I will tell Charlie to have a look in front, and just in case he's a distraction and we're going to get attacked from the front.
And Charlie will look. We need Charlie. All right, guys. Charlie will look. Ooh, not bad, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Nothing ahead. Jax, nothing ahead. Whoa. Oh, that's
Hello.
Whoa. You're the bear.
Yes.
It's right side. It's right.
Just take your time.
Side. The right side.
I will just lean over to the bear's right side.
It is. You see it?
I don't know. What do I see?
You look upon the side of the bear.
Mhm.
And you can see that there is something caught on the side of the bear. Like some
Okay,
sort of
I will.
thorn or branch kind of has got trapped.
Hold up, Jackson. Something's caught one of our. Something's in the fur of one of our bears. I will jump down because I can, and I move faster. Even if they,
help you.
I should jump down.
Okay.
Yep.
He will like, would you like assistance with this?
I will look. What is it? It's in his fur first.
It looks like some thick thorns from some sort of bracken or plant have got twisted round part of the bear's back leg, and it's limping ever so slightly, but you can tell that this will
Oh,
be
didn't notice that. Okay, fair enough. That's unusual. Cool, fair enough. If the cart stops, I don't know if that'd be asking Jackson.
Yeah.
Cool. I will summon a dagger, and get to work clearing it.
it make me I guess a medicine would be this to kind of remove this,
Okay.
or animal handling. No, really.
I prefer animal handling, if you don't mind.
You do an animal handling, I'll let you.
Thank you very much.
I don't tell you that.
And I'm going to add some extra dice to this because that was a terrible one.
Can I have a look at the individual while
17.
17. Oh, it's removed with very little problem to the bear. Like it, there's a like slight snarl as you pull out those first thorns. Yeah, it's well wrapped round. You want to look at the individual? Yeah, you look at this individual, and it's weird.
Uh-oh.
The fact that
It's got a cloak covered in bird shit.
yeah, that's one thing that's strange about it. But also that the individual killing is also weird to you, and you notice it as well. There's a familiarity.
I'm wondering, and I have a name in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Umber Full Stank.
Umbra full stank.
Nice.
Oh no, not the satyr. No, not Umbra full stank, the satyr. No. This elongated nose, the broad snout, but this one's got horns. That's not something you've not seen before on one of your kind, Killian. Plus the colour's off. The colour's really weird. It's like very pale green.
Uh-oh.
It looks like one of my kind. But with
Yeah,
horns.
yeah. It looks like a dragonborn with horns.
Toby? No.
And like a slight bit of hair here, like round the back, like dragonborn with hair.
Okay, that's creepy. A half dragonborn. Okay.
You've seen tieflings. It could be something like that. Yeah, maybe.
And a dragon and a demon love each other very much.
Yeah. Is it rude?
Wonder what language they speak.
You've already had a nature check of it, unless you
Common.
define it as a humanoid.
The language of love.
You.
But now
Is that what common is?
Really?
Apparently.
You can't define what it is by just looking at this thing. What you see is what you see, and this is just confusing to you. You're like looking at this thing, you're like, what's happening here?
What are this?
Yeah, what are this?
What
There's a
are
moment
they?
of what are this?
Oh.
What does Killian do?
Killian is doing two things. One, watching this guy very, very closely. Because if Erwin's got his back to him
Yeah.
and he goes for Erwin, Killian will kill him. And two,
Oh. Nice. Thank you.
what?
No, it's cool. I appreciate that.
Killian is looking at how tightly this thing was bound, like caught round the leg, to see if it looks like it was like a natural kind of, you know, when they, you know, when something just gets caught on your trousers.
You want to know if it was trapped?
If it was actually like bound round.
Make a survival check.
Bound round by someone.
Yeah, make a survival check.
Wound.
Bound wound. Yeah,
Bound
wound by somebody. I like that. Survival check, please, Killian Norn. That's a great bit of thinking. Lateral.
Oh dear. 17.
17, Killian Norn. You look and you think this is natural, and because of your apprehension upon entering the forest, and none of you had picked it up straight away, you're too busy looking at the trees and not focusing on your beasts. You were maybe glancing away. You realise your own distraction, this worry of the talk of bugbears being in the forest and that, and you think this is just some sort of root that's got caught up.
It just so happened to catch on the polar bear rather than anything else. Yeah. Okay, good.
I imagine the polar bears are at the back in this situation. Bears, Screeger, carp.
Oh God, no. You never put a carnivore. You never put two herbivores in front of two carnivores. It's a very great way of having no more herbivores.
I don't know. If you have them, it's the carrot on the stick thing. As long as you've got the chaps in the ring, they keep going.
Yeah, you're right. And polar bears will probably be faster.
No, they're locked into a frame, so they have to have a same distance.
Yeah, that'd be a great way to have two polar bears being very angry with everything.
Yeah, it looks natural, Killian. Do you share this with your friends? Or?
Well, I'm assuming
you're watching Erwin untie this thing, and then this individual's watching, going a bit out of puff.
How unfit is this guy? Like, if that tiny little bit of running, and he's like,
they're chasing polar bears. They go at 40 feet.
So
you can probably only do 30 feet. Most creatures can only do 30 feet.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, all right, goblin.
I have an Erwin.
yeah. What do you do? This one's.
I'm assuming that Erwin would know that, because he's the one untied. I'm assuming he would know that it was more like caught on the.
That's good to make it.
Erwin would pick this up.
It's a fair assumption.
Yeah,
not true, but it's a fair assumption.
Sorry, that was just me assuming that.
He hasn't done that check, so he didn't know.
Sorry.
In game terms.
Sorry.
Also, I am a city boy. It's like, thorns. That's a thing. Interesting. Cut.
Forgot city boy. Forgot city boy.
This is literally the first time not on the ice road between two cities. I go from one city to the other city and back. Very few plants on the ice sheet.
Okay, scratch.
Bit of snow.
I forgot you were a city
take
boy.
that into account.
Which is fine. Yeah, totally fine.
Yeah. So I would say to Erwin that it doesn't look like it was tied.
I say it just caught in its fur. Nasty stuff, though. Thank you very much, good sir.
No, that's okay. It can be quite of a troublesome plant when caught in the thick fur of a bear. Would you like me to tend to it just in case it has any wounds at all?
No, I think we got it, but thank you. I'll obviously check it over, make sure it's not injured.
Yeah, you see a couple of nicks. He said, I have a salve if you wish.
Out of character, because I don't like being fleeced. And this is my mercantile thing. How bad does that wound look? We're talking about a scratch, or we're talking about a puncture wound? There is a difference.
We're talking about a scratch. This is nothing.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll get the I'll pass the bramble. I'm going to call that bramble over to Jackson. What do you think? That was around the poisonous, not poisonous. Got a bit of a scratch going on this polar bear.
I'll have a look at the bramble.
Nature check.
Nature check.
Here, hold this. Is it poisonous? Oh, okay.
You'll take
30, 20.
Oh, nice.
What was it?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You look at this branch and you think it's
30, 20.
a non-poisonous thing. The thorns are very, very barbed though, so when in are quite difficult to remove. But it's nothing more than a thing. You think it might be related to something that you know back home called tanglefoot?
Oh, nasty.
It's just spiky, a tanglefoot.
Huh.
It's nothing really to worry about.
All right. Thank you, good sir, again, but this seems but not a scratch. And we do have a priest on board, so I thank you for your time. I will pull out some copper, probably 15 copper, and pay him for his please take this as a sign of appreciation. It was appreciated.
Well, I haven't given you anything.
You called out a danger we did not spot. Thank you. That is greatly appreciated. A fine charitable act.
Here, and he reaches into one of his shit-covered sleeves.
Fantastic.
And reaches out and he pulls you a little bunch of these white these little bluebells.
Oh, I'm wearing gloves. Oh, I take them.
I love that. I'm wearing gloves.
Very, very good. You haven't by chance seen a rat?
A what? A rat?
A rat.
A wraith or a rat?
A rat. Large rat.
A large rat.
How large is a rat?
No, I don't think I have.
What did you say, Matt?
How large a rat?
He demonstrates like the size
The
of a
rats
small
of
dog.
unusual size.
Rodents of unusual size.
I'm sure that's copyrighted.
A copyright of unusual size.
His name is Screeble.
Oh,
What?
His name is Screeble.
a
Scream.
familiar of yours or friend?
A friend of sorts.
Okay,
What?
well, we'll keep an eye out for it.
Excuse me?
You were picking flowers.
Yes,
You're wearing that cloak.
yes.
Good disguise.
What are you?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
I think my dear friend here is asking, what particular race do you use your kind hail from? I'm a goblin, dragonborn.
I'm really struggling to hear you. Let me just take these off. And he grabs the horns on the fur, and the horns come away. And he kind of puts them on holds them in his hand. And there's these horns and fur, a little strip of fur. And you
Okay.
realise it's just a dragonborn, but you see pure white where these little earmuffs have been over his dragonborn.
Still, what are you?
I'm dragonborn.
No. Why the flowers?
Why not? They're beautiful, and they need their pollen spreading. It's something that I can do and help them along their way.
Are you a druid?
Yes, by chance I am.
Ah,
Caring for this forest in my own little way.
You know the forest well then?
Sorry, say again?
Do you know the bugbear
You've got
tribes?
some of the fluff in there. Sorry, say again.
Do you know the bugbear tribes in the forest?
Oh, yes. Yeah, yes. Such playful creatures.
In what way?
Well, the scraps they have, I mean, quite tremendous to see them in action.
Scraps, you mean fights, yes?
Yes, with swords and armor, but I mean, I suppose it is nature's way. Nature will out and find different ways of doing things. This is just a progression of it, I guess. You know,
okay.
we've developed new methods of
Hurting each other.
fighting each other, also of exploring and investigating as well. It's quite beautiful in its own way.
Do you mind if I check something, please? and I'm going to hop off the wagon.
I roll my eyes and just pat down the fur, and just in case, get some. I can get behind it quickly, just in case I need to stab the back of it.
And I would like to wander up to him and give him a big hug and give him a pudding person test.
Give him a big... looks like a hug. It's
It's also a jack hug, so there's probably a fair amount of, you know, it's almost like the handshake where you compete and see who can squeeze the hand hardest, but it's a hug version.
You give him a hug. He like this moment, this looming Harwalk walks over. Oh. And then you wrap your arms around him and he's like, oh, 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 and
then he starts to squeeze.
And he pats you back, and there's this kind of fine dust that comes off of him as like this kind of crusted bird crap, like kind of floats into the air. You are now fully imprinted with like a Rorschach of bird turds onto your chest, Jackson.
I look at Jack, since I can see over hit the guy's shoulder. I'm looking at Jackson's going.
He does not feel like a pudding. What do you want, dog? Go on your bed.
Do you need a wee?
Oh, sorry, we've got to do a dog wee. Hold on.
Keep.
There's this embrace from the individuals. Oh, such a warm greeting. Oh, it's been a long time since someone has embraced me like that for some reason.
You're not a pudding person, so it's okay. You do smell quite bad, and as I'm gonna basically reach down and get sort of a handful of piney snow and try and sort of wipe the worst of it off.
Oh, a great exfoliant. Put it on your skin like this, and then you realize why it's so green. It's been rubbing in all the exposed areas, the green.
I'm glad he's got scales, because I touched pine needles. I end up just my skin almost sloshing off. It's like that stuff's got strong chemicals.
I find that the best thing for the skin is aloe vera.
I don't know her.
It's a plant. It's from the mainland.
Oh. Well, I've not. In my youth, I did visit the lake, but
which lake?
The one with the lovely volcano at the center, the beautiful, beautiful scenery around there.
Okay. But yes, so have you seen any weird tentacle meat monsters anywhere in the forest?
Tentacled monsters? Not that I have engaged with, no.
Have you seen, so like the bugbear clans, are they close?
Oh, they're always around. You know, for such big creatures, ever so quiet, and if I've got their muffs on, I never hear them coming.
Well, maybe you shouldn't wear the muffs then.
But I get such cold ears.
He's a white dragonfly, which is what?
Is there any dangers that we fair travelers who are traveling through the forest should be aware of, other than the aforementioned bugbears?
Many people frequent the forest, and not always the bugbears are able to pick up upon them. Some travelers can slip by not taking the main roads.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know routes that go past them?
All of the routes go past them.
But like if there's back roads, you know those routes?
Yes, but I doubt you'd be able to traverse it with your wonderful sled cart here.
Sorry,
Too narrow between the trees. The boughs would surely catch the roof.
I got a big axe. How many trees are we talking?
I'm sorry.
Speaking to a druid. You're speaking to a druid. I'm saying this loud enough that both of them can hear.
I have a big axe. If you're talking a few trees, I can just chop them down and get them out of the way.
No. I think we're probably done here. I must find my rat.
Good luck finding your rat. And do not worry. We will stick to the main roads and not require anyone chopping any trees down, giving Jackson a nasty look.
Well, if you don't chop trees down, what do you like sort of, make your house out of, or like burn for warmth and stuff?
Well, grass and dung mostly, but moving on.
There are methods to stay warm within the trees, being one with nature, not to destroy things. There are plenty of there's plenty of fallen wood, and look at these. And he grabs a handful of the pine needles, and this is excellent fire material for starting the fire. And with the dead wood, you don't need much. You really should attune yourself better to the surroundings that you're in. You'll find, or I find, that being one with nature is far more amenable than being against it. Work with the environment.
Thank you.
Why do you wear your earmuffs?
Sometimes nature is cruel.
Jackson, we should be going.
But that's not working with nature. That's like sort of fighting against it.
It's not fighting my nature. My nature is I'm feeling cold.
And
And
tapping,
I found these
tapping.
things, and he shows you they're like two old bones from a screeger and moss that he's kind of strapped together. These are all found items and can lead to a modicum of comfort for me.
And then I can find a tree, and I'll point at a tree. And
Are you still trying to start a fight?
anyway, we're gonna go.
Paul,
Try not to turn into a pudding person.
Any tips on how not to do that?
don't
No.
get into very rich parties. You'll be fine.
Don't get stabbed by pink crystals.
You know what? It's been some time also since I've been invited to a party.
I hear the bugbears have great parties. You said so.
Probably for the best.
I'm not welcome.
Well, good luck. Hope you find your ratty friend. Hope he's okay.
Unless you'd like to maybe have dinner.
We
I
really should be going.
I could host the party.
Oh, I appreciate that, but
Caravan
really
starts going, trundling away. I mean, I'm a pretty good cook. The rat loves my pies. As you leave this shit.
Bye.
From the back of the thing, I just shout, "Wait, where are you from?" Hey,
You shout, from the kingdom of Norn, like yourself.
She's trying. So Killian trying to find the Dragonborn, but not from Norn. Gotcha.
Oh, Killian, what's wrong with you?
What a miler.
Why do you despise your own kind? Killian, why do you despise your own kind like that?
Not my own kind. Just the ones that come from where I'm from.
Why so? Not everyone's going to be like your brother or your stepfather that you meet. He wasn't.
He's a
It was
very
a bit weird, and that does like match descriptions of the other two.
Jackson, are you like bored? Just you seem like you would literally trying to start a fight.
No.
Wow, that look. You want to work on your poker face, my friend. You want to work on that. Don't get you into politics. Wow. Ooh,
So very poor, Matt.
that was pretty good. I love it. No, that
Um,
was a King Shark moment. You wouldn't eat me. No.
travel on for some time.
A question and answer.
Through the forest track. Same order, same rollout.
Yeah, probably pay a little bit more attention to the sides of the road and things like that this time.
I do not respect with Charles.
Might rearrange animals a little bit more single file than two abreast, but we'll see.
Killian, Charles will shout, whisper to you, Jack's on the front. Another 2 scouts ahead. Just in the underbrush. You see them? And with Charles' invitation, you see kind of these great big ears that stick out.
Behind the tree, there's 2 ears going.
Yeah, 2 ears, and then just and the head comes out and follows. Remember, they don't have any weapons trained upon you. Remember, they kind of duck into the underbrush. They're rolling absolutely terrible on their stealth checks.
Oh, we got the B team. Yes.
Yeah.
I will pull up the wagon ahead of where the people in the tree are. So like we've probably got, I don't know, 30 foot. And I'm gonna be like, hey, you in the trees. Do you want to come and talk? And then I'm gonna repeat the same thing in Orcish.
Can you make a charisma check? I guess
Charisma persuasion?
Are you trying to persuade them to come out or intimidate them to come out? Or just talking to them?
I am literally just talking to them. I would assume it was being persuasion, but you know, if
persuasion, I think, yeah, let's see how persuasive Jax is being today.
Oh, why the fuck do I get advantage on persuasion?
Probably because it's based intimidation based.
No, I get advantage on intimidation for one of my runes, but do I get it for one? Apparently, I get advantage on persuasion. It doesn't help.
You're very persuasive. You're terrifying. Give me that. Okay.
13. I rolled 14 twice.
Good for you.
Nice, great use of that advantage. Thank you, D&D Beard. Yeah, you were.
Sorry. Well, it doesn't matter because I rolled 14 twice, but it's only with interactions with doors I have advantage, but it just tells me I have advantage. It's from my belt.
Oh, yeah, belt of dwarven strength.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh, what are you rolling now?
I have a big bushy beard.
Oh, gosh.
I haven't rolled for a while.
Beard this morning.
Oh, no.
Beardy Jack.
It really does suit you, Jackson.
Keeps face warm. You don't need to wear moss on you.
Would you like me to platinum braid it for you?
I'm good.
Anyway,
but yeah, hey, you in the trees. Do you want to come out?
There is what is that? They're not very smart, are they, bugbears?
no, I just looked at the bugbears, goblinoids. They usually enslave goblins.
Nah, they won't do that.
And they bully hobgoblins.
They are the biggest of your race or your sort of lineage.
I got a funny feeling they're not actually goblinoid at all. They just hang around with them.
Just bully them.
Yeah, just slap them around a bit, you know.
Why not?
One of the 2 breaks the tree line, and his pikes kind of walks through. They're wearing this kind of armor that almost looks like it's made from the bark of pines, but it's in like little platelets all over, and you can see it's reinforced with some sort of leather underneath. And they carry a morning star in one hand. They have a shield slung on their back.
Okay.
And a crossbow.
So we're looking to travel through your woods, and we understand we either need to pay, or you guys have like a champion, because I hear you like fighting a lot, so we can like challenge your champion, or you can just let us be and we can wander off and wander through your forest with like as little hassle as possible. We're not planning on doing anything here. We just want to get to the other side. And then I'll say the same thing in Orcish.
It looks like this one's like chewing a bee, and on a bugbear's face, that's kind of interesting. We speak common, all right?
That's good to know.
You don't need to play up to us. We're cultured enough. So, we've been watching you right since you arrived at the forest.
Yeah, we saw. What was it? You that we saw on the way in?
You saw us.
Yeah. He didn't answer. He just ran off.
Wow, they saw you. Useless.
Very good idea.
Well, I thought we were doing an all right job, but obviously not.
Clearly.
Well, we're here now. Yes. Yes, you will be accosted by us at some point. You won't know just when.
Unless they're like Grohl.
And we're watching you.
Oh.
And there'll be lots of us. More than this. And we're bugbears, and there are many of us, and we're strong.
And we have a Jax.
And we have more of these. And he holds up his morning star.
And I literally put my head around his back from the back, lean on and goes, and literally go, and I can kill you with my brain. I literally summon a dagger in thin air. Current to the ground.
It just like nearly creases in half at Erwin. A goblin with a brain. Oh, they're gonna love you. They're gonna love you. And he just slinks back into the trees. See you later.
Can we kill them now?
I was thinking, do we go and grab them now? Okay, I'm gonna jump off the
You got
wagon.
the Erwin nod.
I get down.
I'm gonna jump off the wagon and sort of head off in the direction.
Okay, let's have some initiative. Yeah, come on, chase down these
Hey!
these mean guys, and then crawl to your friend Erwin. Don't take it from them; they're awful.
Initiative. Oh my god. Apparently I'm really up for this.
Erwin, what's yours?
19.
Oh yeah,
Owen's like, nah, mate.
Jax.
13.
And we're in a forest. I'm going to be so much sneak attack. I'm going to be disengaging like a mofo. Spirit of the forest.
Oh, I was planning on like sort of going off and grabbing them and like, hog tying them and,
Dragging
carrying
them
down
along
the road and just like sort of, start collecting bugbears.
What was this? Operation Human Shield or Bugbear Shield? Just blasted around it.
Charles. Okay, Erwin, it's actually you've got the drop on them.
Oh. I'm going to go into the forest and sneak, and I'm trying to get around back of them. I'm trying to position myself so when Jackson comes through, I'm in a sneak attack position, but
So
I'm going to
you're gonna move in
hide.
Okay, cool. So you're taking
So
the hide action.
I'm making a
Let's have
hide action.
Stealth check for that.
Yes.
You can bonus action hide.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be move. It's going to be hide, move, hide, bonus action sort of thing. So,
Okay.
so I'm positioning myself. So I'm got a rear attack
So you're moving your full movement up to try and
Yes,
get.
I got 35. Yeah. So I got 20 in total.
Lovely. Let's see if they see you. Probably not. Jax. No, it's their go. So they're like looking around, and they start backing off, and they see the kind of motion from the cart and start approaching. And they just quicken their pace. They start trying to run off themselves. They are going to try and duck behind some cover also. Let's see if they can hide from you folks. Apparently not. Oh, come on. Rolling a ball in me. Where's normal? No, okay. They make a reasonable attempt at hiding. You're passive. Charles would see them straight away. Killian, do you see these individuals vanish into the forest?
What did they get?
16 plus something. Yeah. So they'll be high. What are you doing, Killian?
I kind of follow Erwin.
Owen's a ghost.
No, as in like
Out the
I
back.
see him go in.
Yeah.
I go in.
Into the thicket.
Yeah. But keep an eye out so I can see where Jax and Charles are as well. Because we need to know that we're all on the same level. As in, like, we've all got the same kind of idea here.
Yeah. You're just seeing that everyone's on the aggro here.
Yeah. I was like, nah, mate. Nah. Not to Erwin.
Okay, cool. So are you doing anything with your action? It's movement. You're gonna hold an action. That would be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
What would you like your trigger to be?
As soon as I can see one of them, or see the direction that anything is coming from, if an arrow is
a projectile. Oh, okay, yeah.
Like that.
What are you gonna do? What's your action? What action are you holding?
Does it have to be a weapon action, or can it be?
Can be what you
That's
want.
a spell.
Huh?
You can say a word. You can run. You can all sorts of things. It's anything you can do as an action.
Yeah.
You can hold.
So, which is including casting a spell.
So I can do Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, you want to Eldritch Blast them?
Yeah. Because if they're quite high up, that's one of the very few things I've got that can reach.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
My thinking is they know this forest, they might be able to get high up. And still be able
Ambush
to
from
see us.
above. Nice.
Yeah,
Killian, you're doing some good thinking today.
I know. I
like
it's smart.
I just smart.
I smart. But yeah, because they know the forest better than we do.
You run
They
into the
might be able to
thicket
get
and you kind of
higher.
stand there with your
Yeah.
trying to summon those eldritch forces
Yes.
to your hands. Fine. Jackson, what do you do?
I would like to move my movement rate towards the point where they sort of started hiding.
Yeah.
And then in my loudest Jack's voice,
Which is loud.
I would like to I'm gonna shout at them to come out here and drop their weapons.
Okay, intimidation check versus their wisdom you roll, right?
Oi! Yay! Slanked!
Oh, it drops it. Oh.
This should be interesting. Ooh.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Jackson's on fire.
I got 19.
19. They rolled appallingly and they're very not smart. You bellow into the this vanishing woodland, and then you see these two bugbear heads appear above like a shrub, and then behind a tree. You see them both, Killian. Now your action is triggered, I'm afraid, and I think yours is too, Owen. Right? Was yours?
No, I wasn't
No,
holding
no,
an
you
action.
made your action as going forward.
You can
Your
you
action-
can not do something as well as triggered action. It's
Yeah.
not like a automatic.
Okay, I'm still holding it.
Yep.
I
Cool.
don't wanna. It depends if they attack, and then I'll.
No, that wasn't what you said your trigger was.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, but I'm still holding it. I'm not.
So you lose your action rather than shoot
Yep.
them.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
lose it, you just drop it.
Yeah.
Okay, they pop up. You summon the forces.
They don't look threatening enough right now.
Okay, you stop.
Not-
They're standing there with it. They're still standing there with shield and Morningstar.
They shit themselves when Jackson said drop your weapons. So
Okay, fine. And then
Yep.
through thicket comes Charles with his hands on his hips.
Well now, that'll teach you some manners, won't it? You think you're so big and laughing at our friend, Owen. Owen, he's around here somewhere. He's a very good friend of mine, you know. You can't behave like that around our friends. We shan't let you laugh in his face. Isn't that right, Jackson?
I think you should show us through the forest as good, kind residents here.
They are really not liking the look of you at all. That's not what we've been tasked to do.
Am I scarier than the guy that tasked you to do it?
So you're on a par.
Well, why don't you take me to them and we'll have a chat? What's the
take
worst
that
that
up.
can happen?
Yeah, all right.
What's the worst that happens? Like, you take me there, he decides, or they decide to like kill us and you get our wagon and stuff. You take us there, we kill them, and we leave you as chief of the tribe. Or we go there, we make a deal, and we leave off.
Yeah, chief of the tribe. Shut up! They saw you, you brat!
If I'm right behind them, I'd like to go. Oh, of course, I could always take your kidneys right now.
Like last
Two
time.
knives, literally like inches away from their back, smiling. Yeah.
Like that kind of humming, just like behind their ears, like some sort of.
Hello.
So we've got the Dragon Ball covered in bird poo. These are the bugbears covered in bugbear poo.
Can't see Erwin from where.
No, Owen. Well,
Right.
Owen's just
Oh, well,
revealed himself.
I will
yeah.
step out from that point just as long as I made the point.
Owen just kind of like it's like the Predator moment,
Vroom.
and then there's these two glowing. What color are they?
They're deep purple.
Yes,
I was
I
gonna
thought
say,
they
I
were.
thought they were
I had it in my
purple.
head that they were the kind of like yeah.
Bum's like Erwin. Because I can see the grin on his face even from where I am.
Oh yeah, illuminating purple glow on my own
Well,
yeah.
features.
Jax, what's your passive insight?
Probably 11 as well, I believe.
I like the
Yeah,
idea my intimidation is +1. I'm a mildly scary goblin.
yeah, 11.
They say yeah, all right.
Okay, well,
But you suspect that they might not mean that.
well,
Even
what I'm basically, my plan is, so I'm going to be like the one that's chatting to us. So you can come and sit up with me on the wagon, and your friend Grell can sit in the back with my friends, and you can lead us on the way, and basically split them up.
They are still intimidated by you. Yeah, all right. And he turns to his mate and he whispers something quickly in his ear. Perception check. What's your passive, John?
My passive is 16 perception, 18 investigation.
They say, what do they say? Hold on.
If it's in goblinoid, I'll hear it.
Yeah, they say in Goblin, trying to disguise it.
Run to the left. What?
They say in Goblinoid. The hive.
Hmm.
And then they're
I'm going to be intimidating now. I'm going to be mildly intimidating. I'm going to activate, it's probably a waste of it, but I'm activating my psychic whispers since they are here. And while smiling in both of their heads, I'll say, "What's the hive?"
They look around like
in Goblinoid and in their head.
they look at,
Looking down at me and smiling. Me in your head.
How did you get there?
Well, isn't that the story? What's the hive?
No, nothing. It's a. It's a. I'd let you make your intimidation with advantage because you've got Jax here. They're already intimidated by the crew.
Yay.
Jax is looming over them. You're speaking in their minds.
I love to add piling on. You're gonna love piling on.
Yeah. Add it up.
19.
There you go. It's a beehive. There's a beehive.
Aye. Giant bees, perhaps?
Yeah. Really big ones.
We don't want to go there.
Right. I'll take you.
I think, out loud, I think we won't have a problem with these two fine folks.
Well, Gwell can
We're
go
going to be in
in.
so much trouble. And just clips the other one around the ear, which is a big ear to clip.
We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be all right. Who's the boss, by the way?
Well, there's kind of two. So, Harmer, that's the one with the brains. And Bufo, that's the one with the brawn.
Okay. Well, how far away? How long is it going to take us?
Oh, well, they're meant to get you at the. Don't tell them everything. Look, they've got us. It's going to happen when we get there.
Well, you could sort of, shout out and say, "Hey guys, we're just taking off to see Harmer and Bufo," and they don't have to make it ugly.
Yeah, it does seem like it would be a bad thing to do. You want me to run ahead and let them know?
No, you can sit on the wagon with me, and basically I'm going to try and frog march Talker because I don't know his name to the wagon seat to sit on the wagon seat.
Yeah, you kind of get him in. You kind of embrace him. Don't worry, it'll be all right. That sort of thing.
Buddy,
how do you guide the other one back?
I just go, "Follow me," in his head.
I don't like that. I really don't like that. Can you?
The irony is, if he says that and tries to shut it down, it just shuts down. It's not aggressive; it's passive. So he goes, "I don't want it. It's gone." But he doesn't know that. But he doesn't know that because I just haven't spoken.
Yeah, but it's gone quiet.
Well, since you're being so nice, I'll stop. I say.
This guy's like some high wizard or something.
I think they're called soul knives.
I don't like it.
It's
not like the others at all.
Can I understand them?
I've just started. Yeah, unless he's assuming he's talking common.
Yes, at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say when he
And he kind of sits on the thing, and he's just like, he sits next to Owen on the back, but it's kind of like,
Oh, this is Killian Norn, a friend of mine. You think I'm scary? Whew. Hmm.
he looks up. Well, no, he's probably about level with you because they're pretty big bugbear.
Yeah, but yeah.
He's literally like, he's looking down this tiny goblin and turns around and this white dragon ball with a tail. He sits down the cart.
I honestly thought you were going to get in the back and have him in TARDIS cart.
no,
No.
not yet. Not unless we have to.
What do you say to this bugbear with his great big bat-like ears and his fur and his scale armor?
I just look at him and I go, you try and run, he kills you. You hurt him, I kill you.
I'll get the picture. You're very protective of one another. What's the deal with the bird guy?
Charles.
Yes.
What happens if someone hurts Erwin?
We probably would burn them alive. Right.
Inventive.
Right. And he kind of just like hands over the weapons and like kind of disarms himself. Is like, all right, all right. And
I look over his
goes,
I look over his stuff.
But then I lean over and I
can
go,
you?
wait, I lean over and I go, and the bird guy is the friendly one. And then just sit back again.
My work here is done.
Perfect. Very well resolved. Non-combat. Owen, could you roll?
We have a good leader, Jackson, for the win.
100s for me, please.
2D 100.
Yes.
We're not always so fighty.
Jack's pretty much is. I will
94 for the first one.
Not to work and then to smoosh them.
And then 25.
So 94 and 25.
Indeed.
Okay. The 25, you find something very useful about his person. He's got like a leather satchel, and you kind of slip it open and unfold the top. It's kind of almost like a bum bag type thing around the kind of waist. And it folds open, and it is absolutely filled. The whole space is filled with a book. And you slide the book out, and it is a complete recipe book for cooking with mushrooms.
Oh, no.
Written in Goblinoid.
Sorry. I don't, it's really important. It's really vital. It's like, not sure your perception of vital and my perception of vital are similar. Interesting. It's a cookbook.
Yeah. And in the other, this is actually from the random table that you rolled.
Okay. No, it's fine.
In his other little like tie bag that's on the other side is like a bouquet garni
Okay.
of herbs.
Yeah.
That would match with some of these recipes.
Okay, friend.
Weird,
Do you like to cook?
Yeah, the things that he's rolled is a sprig of herbs and a mushroom recipe book. So that's.
Do you like to cook?
Yeah, I dabble.
Yeah. We start talking about cooking. I'll try and because I like to cook.
Appreciate yourself when you just completely scared the shit out of.
I don't mind disarming him different ways. We've given him a stick. Now let's give him the carrot. No, basically.
Oh yeah, let's
good
have
guy. Good guy back there.
Like it will be a persuasion, I guess, to bring them round. Like maybe.
Okay, this is not going to go well, but I'll give it a go anyway. Natural 20. 21 in total.
You flick through a couple of recipes. You're like, oh, we used to do one like this back in Mammost.
Oh, yeah.
And Killian joins in, and
I'm like, mate.
So in the back, in the front, there's like, we've got to get out of this. Don't know how we get out of this. And then suddenly you hear laughter in the back. Yeah.
yeah, there's this kind of outburst of bugbear laughter.
Have I still got any of Mama's croissants?
Of course you do.
I give him one.
It's like,
I'm like, mate, you got to try this.
is it?
Oh, that's good.
He looks at Erwin, who's the one who's like convinced him.
I know, it's amazing, right? I'm not quite sure how she does it. Something to do with the butter. I think she adds something to it. It's
And
beautiful.
believe it or not, that's a couple of days old. You think it was fresh.
This is so flaky.
Yeah.
He's amazed. He's like, oh,
Probably
wow.
flat as a pancake by now, but yeah.
If I had the way to make one of these, imagine this sort of mushroom pastry, like
with the squeeze milk sort of mixed in, thickened up with some flour.
like
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
like
Yeah.
creamy mushrooms
yeah.
in pastry.
Some,
Gotta get the recipe.
oh yeah,
Gotta
there's
get
gonna be-
out of this forest. I mean, I think there's much more for me than, you know, on the road with these guys. Just
You should head towards Mordensow. I hit you if we're coming back this way and you're around. I'll hit you up. Well, I've got some friends back in Mordensow. He'll hit you up nicely. Good shops. She got some skills. She really should be branching out.
you
She'd be a
I've
great
got
chef on the restaurants.
You think I've got what it takes?
You don't, yeah, do it. I mean, you got this. You've got the whatever you lack in the skills now, you can learn because you have the passion to learn.
Well, no one's ever really believed in me, said anything like that to me before. They're all like, "No, the life ahead of you is the life of a bandit. Get on the road, brigands all the way," you know. And they're just like, you know, rob.
We goblins have got to stick together. After all. Goblinoids got to stick together. And I'm exactly the same. I mean, look at me. I'm tiny, but everyone out in Mordensow is huge. But hey, I make mine. I'm literally, I'm showing my badge. I'm captain of the guard in Mordensow.
That is like, are you serious? You're like a law person.
Yes, I'm an investigator. I look for the dangers that the king. Yeah, the king needs someone investigating some dangers or hidden threats. And they send us out. Kind of what we're doing now. We're actually trying to investigate some hidden threat that could endanger the entire lands. Have you heard of the Moor? You heard of them? I think you have.
What do you know?
Don't think I'm the one to tell you.
That's fair. You'll tell us who would be the one to tell us? I know. Sorry to bring it down. But it's kind of what we're doing. We're trying to stop them taking over the world.
Harmer's the one.
Who?
Harmer.
Okay.
Harmer will be the one to be able to tell you more properly about it. About that time.
Yeah, okay. I'll literally pat him on the shoulder. Or leg, whatever I can reach.
Yeah, it's kind of like thigh kind of thing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Croissant.
I just don't like. Sorry, no, I can't now. It was a bad time. Bad time. They're not welcome here.
Who isn't?
The Moor.
Anyone that wears that symbol. He stares.
Not wearing mine, it's just in a bag. Just FYI.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
He stares into your face like, yeah, there's like so. The read you get is anger and loss.
Well, we're hunting those people.
And been quite successful about it. Taking down several of their churches. hunting.
Just if we do have any of those symbols,
Because we've taken them from the
taken
corpses.
from the people that we've killed, and
Yeah.
sometimes quite brutally.
Harmer has one in a ritual tent. Curses it daily for us.
Casting it won't really work.
Gods that we speak to and ask them for vengeance.
Well, today's your lucky day. Vengeance. You're literally traveling with vengeance right now. We've all lost people.
Has arrived. But
We intend to
Wouldn't
have them
say
wiped
God-
out, wipe them
Sorry.
out of the face of this earth. Them and their mad rock god thing.
He looks down at Erwin and just say, looks at your side, kind of looks you up and down your small form and says, the gods do move in mysterious ways. And that's why we're going to take a little bit of a break for tea and restock, shall we? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. We have allies, guys, and they're bugbears. Boo.
You've got family.
Woo! Oh no, not again.
Look at my serious face.
Jackson, roll a D100, please.
oh, gee.
Hold a D100.
Please.
Oh, okay. 88.
88. Okay.
Do I get my one's name? Because the other one was Growl.
You could ask him. He's gonna be called. You didn't have names. You were supposed to just beat them up, but.
Oh, I did. Welcome to my
Oh,
pain.
so this is Del and Growl, yeah?
Delengrel. Yep.
Myth.
Have a well, from one June to another. Have a list of names. Have them nearby. It's
I have
amazing.
them there. They're here. They're here, and all of the ones that I've had to hastily write in as Jax has inquired as to everybody's names that he's ever met in the entire world of O. Yes, they've all written in.
Yeah,
Passionate,
I blame
yes.
Matt for the reason why my games suddenly get very bloated NPCs. Don't know why. I suddenly have an urge to just kill them all off.
Walter Menderbrick.
Walter.
Menderbrick. Whom Hammerad.
Oh,
Well,
what
we
did
killed
I say
him.
this morning? Or was it last
What's
night?
that?
We killed Hammerad.
Yeah, he's still in my
He was
phone
like-
though. Mern Hammerad.
He was king of the pudding people.
Yeah.
King of the pudding, people.
People who you saved from the belly of a worm. All of them are here. Quick, no, you don't know him. Verdant Moss, the assassin.
Now we know him ish.
He wasn't an assassin.
He tried. No, he ran away.
Yeah.
He did a really
Brave Sir
bad
Robin
job.
ran away.
Did a very bad job. You
Pete,
nearly run over
Pete, tell him.
someone in the road. I'm going to have to make you make an animal handling check to see if you can pull up these creatures in time.
Okay. Oh, I did not roll well, even with advantage. A 2 and a 6, so 10.
Oh, can you make a strike with 2 polar bears, please?
As in like an attack roll for
I
them.
guess an attack roll. Well, there's not, and it's not unarmed with a polar bear. I guess they just kind of accidentally kind of run them over. I'd say What, a D6 plus a strength mod? Something like that, would it be?
What, a polar bear strength mod?
Yeah.
Oops, no, that didn't. Polar bear strength mod is +5. $11.
11. There's this kind of and there's a large bump.
Do I then keep rolling bludgeoning damage as I just keep going?
If you wish to bludgeon with the cart as well.
What do I get an idea of what it was before it disappeared behind
You
Ruben?
saw a waft of silken fabric. Kind of just like a kind of like vanished beneath the on crouching polar bear.
What was that?
I don't know. It's wearing silk, and like the thingy will try and stop. And then I'm gonna go and have a look under the wagon or the polar bear, or I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna tell Miff to stay there, and then get off the wagon.
These guys are crazy. They just ran over someone. Miff says to himself. You peer underneath to the very front of the skis and missing the blade of the ski by microns. There is a beautiful, well, not to you maybe, Jackson, but there is a very delicate face. And attached to that face are arms, shoulders, and
Slightly
legs,
broken
and all the
nose.
things you would have on a humanoid form. And everything is very beautiful. Delicate, thin, and you would make out probably long, pointed elven ears.
I shouldn't stop. I'm gonna reach under the wagon and like sort of, by the armpits, like lift them out and sort of try and carry them around to the back for Charlie to have a look at.
Jackson, what is this?
I think your services as a healer are needed, my friend Charles.
You jumped in front of Ruben.
Ruben, really? Charlie would like admonished Ruben from afar.
From afar, I no doubt.
Yeah.
Ruben, you tied over there. You stay over there.
Charlie will look this person over, and he will cast. Oh, he hasn't long rested for some reason, Charlie.
He wants to be long rested.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly do that. Oop, there we go. And he will cast a. They look pretty roughed up. He'll cast second level Cure Wounds, and they will regain some HP. He touches them and brings them back to full corpus, like consciousness, and they come around. Oh, the flesh before me.
Welcome to my everyday life.
Keeping an eye on my friends, I'm also keeping an eye on them. What is this creature? Elf?
Yeah, elf.
Mm.
Female elf. Long, slender limbs, sort of white flowing garments that kind of drape down with kind of some sort of inner layer that is kind of sticks out a little bit. Their eyes are pale green, and the chin is that kind of fine point, and back from their head flows a shock of black hair that is in contrast with their this pale white skin, and kind of dangles right down their back and seems to kind of almost move and mix with the fabric as they move themselves.
I will look around, now I've seen her, look around to see what she was running from.
You don't see anything,
Keep an eye out.
but you do notice as you look round the running form of Myth. Myth is running.
What, from the front?
He's trying to hide, but he's run. He jumped off as soon as Jax was away. Starts legging it.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch him up.
Okay. Just on your after him.
Roll my eyes and jump off and run off.
Yeah. He's trying to hide in the bushes, and you run over and you find him straight away, and he's like, "Again, you found me again?
Really?
Don't do the mind thing. Don't." Right. Gotta get better at this.
Practice.
He just
Same
stands up, they just rolled every stealth check I've rolled for them is appalling. It's so bad. They're trying to hide desperately. Go on your bed, please. Go away. Bed. Go on. You walking back to the cart and kind of walking back to the back. And Jackson, are you still holding this elf?
Yeah.
I can get back to him.
You can put me down, oh strong savior.
Are you from the Feywild?
No, I've been a couple of times.
Bed off eye.
What are you doing in the woods?
My natural place to be is in the woods. Not these, though. These are far different.
Okay, well, if you go a couple of hours that way, and I'm going to point back, you can meet a Dragonborn Druid. If we follow these guys, we're going to go and meet Harmer and Buffo, the bugbear leaders. Or you can try not to get run over by wagons. So when you cross tracks, look both ways.
Do any of them like flowers?
The druid does a lot.
The one at the back does. He likes the little blue ones.
Well, I should like to go, but I shouldn't like to go alone. I seem to have got lost.
Follow the road.
On my own?
Well, you already were on your own.
I wasn't initially.
Oh, who you list? A lot of losing in this forest.
I was with some of my own kind, and we're on an expedition of sorts.
Here.
I will gesture to Jackson and just kind of go. She's in your arms, give her a squeeze.
Yeah, but it was the action. It was like that.
Take it however you wish, my friend. Take it however you wish. Sure, why not?
No.
Maybe squidgy.
Okay.
In the hands of Norn.
This is Grell. I'm gonna sort of basically lift her up to the back of the cart and like push her inside.
Tapping people now.
You suddenly hear this. It's bigger on the inside.
Do you want to go in and meet the elf lady, Grell? In fact, if you really want, you could start dinner.
And the other one says, No, don't. Grell cook. Let me cook. Oh no, you pushed Grell in. Sorry, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all like, I can cook. Yeah, I'll cook.
All right, you go and cook some dinner, and Myth, we're gonna have a little word, and you're not gonna do that again.
I was just say good luck, and then run back.
Blame me, can you?
What did I say when I got off the wagon?
Stay.
And what did you do?
You didn't.
So in animal handling techniques, I'm gonna pop him up.
You're like, no!
Giant strength, pop on the nose. Crunch.
Ah, you break his nose, and it bleeds. And he's like, Yay! All right, we get it. And you just hear Grell shout out. He goes, Miff, you can come chop. Do you want me to go and help him?
No, you're going to tell me when your friends are there so they don't like ambush us.
And you hear his voice, I'll chop.
I'm going to check on the person, and I'm going to go past Killian Norn, and I go, I don't trust this one.
Okay, so you step inside. You can see Grell is starting to make he's kind of found the chopping board, and he's just pulling down like a small like cleaver from the side, and you see that from his undoes like the knapsack that he was wearing, and it is absolutely chocker with
Shrooms
and stuff.
Shrooms, but it's funny. Really, so high.
It starts chopping them up, and then she's like, oh, you've got some skill there. Here. Then she reaches into a pouch and says, try some of this in there.
I look at what it is.
Okay, make a nature check.
16.
16, you think it is a harmless looking forest hat, slightly peppery in nature.
Okay. I am going to watch this meal like a hawk. But at the same time, I'm going to keep an eye on for necklaces or rings or identifiers. Also, I'm not sure how this works, trying to pierce illusions.
Okay, so try and see through anything you think might be false.
I don't trust a random wavery, oh, help me, Bim's in distress. Elf that happened to be in the middle of a forest, that happened to be on the road. We had orcs that were drow in Modern Cell. No trust.
I love how that's where my brain went to as well. I was like,
yeah. When
you went, I don't trust her, and I was like,
so Killian, are you in there as well, watching this meal being prepared?
no, I am kind of right.
It's even.
That bit of chocolate started to melt before I could.
That's awful. You look like a bugbear chewing a bee.
Bugbear Churnaby.
Thanks for that. But as a child calls me a hag, and now you said I look like a bugbear.
I also did
Honestly,
Churnaby.
as a child, I'm lucky to still be alive. Tell me that now.
Did also tell you that like, you should be drooling on your Sudoku
Yeah,
in a nursing home with your new glasses chain.
I needed it. How the hell?
Love your kids. She's great.
For so many years.
Have you seen this thing though? Look, it's like
I know it's brilliant.
it's not. It's everything but brilliant.
I think it's brilliant.
Right, go on, Killian. Tell me where you are.
I am at the back of the wagon,
Yeah.
so I can still hear what's going on inside, but I'm keeping a lookout.
Oh,
outside.
you look in,
Mm.
hearing and try and listen in. Yeah, you just hear the sounds of cooking and then
Do
like
not
frying.
try and steal the chocolate out of my hand.
And you just hear, well,
No.
marvelous sautéing there from the elf. And she and they're watching over the kind of shoulder of this of the bugbear, and they're frying away. They're like, yeah, you just give it a little shake. Show me again. And then he's like showing her the kind of flipping motion, and she's like, and she has to take two hands on the heavy skillet. Oh, I knocked some. Don't worry, they're good. They didn't go on the floor. And he picks them up and puts them back into the pan.
Oh. Makes me feel sick, this kind of thing. Like,
Why? This was rom-com.
Just a bonding between a
A bugbear and an elf.
yeah.
I guess you can make an Arcana check. And
I
see-
probably will. I will probably fail too, but we'll give it a go.
What? do
Well-
you want?
12.
Not my strength.
You, with a 12, you get the sense of something obviously very fey.
Do you want a drink?
Mhm.
Girls have
Do you want a drink?
a kind of ones that you've
Persuasive attitude. Charmed, I'm sure.
yeah. It's kind of like almost like when someone has been like near pollen or flowers or something like that, and they have that kind of sense about them. It hangs around them like a
Mhm.
cloying perfume almost, not overpowering, but it's there as you sense it. But this one you feel has been dosed heavily with it.
What chance? I didn't catch your name.
Janine Floral.
By chance you weren't frolicking in the forest to flowers. Here's some very strong smelling flowers.
Oh, well, to get here we had to go a certain way. I'm from Marmiala of Gargamel.
Maybe no.
And well, some of the folks from the Algaric Conclave have realized that it's not so bad when the portals open, and that you can use them sometimes. They link.
But you can't find the portal to go back.
It wasn't such that. I was too fascinated with the flowers I was picking, and then I turned around, they were gone, and I started to run to try and find them, and then, well, you know the rest.
Out of character. I'm not familiar with the 5th edition's Fey Wild thing and things like that. So forgive me for this one, but the Fey Wilds are hard to get to place, like a realm, like a extra dimensional realm.
The Fae sits on top of the material, as the Shadowfell is the dark, the Fae is the whimsy. They sit in the same sort of geographical space, but a step removed. Is the best way to describe
Not a
it.
million miles away from the Umber and Werewolf.
Yeah, I got that. I got that.
Yeah.
Hard to get through, or portals only.
There are places where the veil is thin. Certain ancient glades and stuff like that, graveyards and stuff.
Just wondering, if we take this elf with us, is she kind of stuck? Because really don't want to take her with us, because danger.
Stranger danger.
But no, not just that. We're heading towards some bugbears. Danger. And
Will Robinson, danger.
Yeah.
Well,
random dog is random.
They don't know their way through.
Hmm.
You don't know how they got through.
No. Do you know how to get back to the Feywild where you come from? Where the hell is Gargamel?
Oh, far from here. If I could just find the set of trees, and I could walk through, and I'd be back in. Well, there's 2 sets to walk through, but it wouldn't take long at all. I just need to find the. Well, they looked a bit like, and then she kind of draws them on the thing, and draws this kind of archway of trees.
And you ran from them because you were looking at some flowers.
No,
We're not
flowers.
looking to travel deeply into this forest. We are passing through.
Okay.
Just
We were here for. Well, we were trying to We were hoping we could make a hybrid.
Beg pardon?
We wanted to make a hybrid. We wanted to use the flowers of the southern forest. And maybe
Oh, flowers. Okay. Okay, fine. Right.
what did you think I meant?
Not important. Okay, so which direction was this archway of yours?
She puts a. Do you mind if I look?
Mm.
See if I recognize anything?
Oh,
she
not the
look-
windows.
Oh,
They're not
what
real.
do you mean?
They're not real. At the back.
And she's gonna look at those.
No,
Respectable.
I'll put my hand on them to stop them opening them. No.
Looks, she does not recognize where it is,
Fine.
but she knows exactly where her. She back a few yards and then off to the in the trees to the north. I think.
How
maybe.
far in the trees?
A couple of 100 yards, maybe.
Jackson, sorry, my friend. Could you just quickly stop the car?
Okay.
What is it now? Is it time for tea?
Looking at Mill.
Not yet. You've got to let them simmer slowly.
Yeah.
It's the technique to get the best flavour out. Sorry, Charles.
No, I'll leave it in expert hands. I would never encroach on someone who knows what they're doing. And it's just, I thought we'd actually. I don't know. I'm getting impatient to get Kagansex.
Me too. My dear. Janine.
Yes.
While I would love to have you for dinner and to entertain, we are heading towards Kagansex and danger. It's not something that you will want to get involved in.
No, but I would very much like to meet this druid you spoke of also.
He is far to the south of us. Well, further to the south of us.
Well,
North of us. Keep forgetting we're going south. Yeah.
you go
North
to-
of us.
If you could reunite me with my friends, then maybe we could. Maybe we could find him together. I know the way. I just don't. I fear going alone. You said there are dangers in this forest, and you are heading towards some of them.
Mm-hmm.
What else might lurk here for one such as myself?
Mm-hmm. I will try and Charlie,
Yes.
would you accompany me and this lady to find her grove? A couple of 100 yards, is that possible?
Jackson, hold the cart. Miff, hold dinner.
We're back.
Killian, hold something. Just stay here.
What's going on?
Just quickly allowing this lovely elf lady back to her grove so she can go home. So about 100 yards that way. Gonna take her that way.
Be careful. Last time we did anything like that, we end up in the Feywild, and that was bad.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you.
We walked in a tree log, and we ended up in some other reality.
Okay, I'm just pointing in a general direction. I'm not going to wander through to the.
They did have rather nice buns, though, Owen.
Now thinking, I wish I'd taken Killian. Actually, no, that's just as bad. Oh crap.
There's buns involved. I will accompany you. Yes, Owen, no problem.
If we're not back in 10 minutes, Come grab us. It's 100 yards. It shouldn't be any time at all.
You might not be coming back at all. Hang on, I'm going to turn to Myth and be like, any of your friends in the area?
No. They're all at the crossroads,
Okay.
waiting to surprise you guys.
Good plan. Good plan.
Do we get together and go, surprise?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're so surprised. Shocked, aren't we? Aren't we?
All right. You don't need to rub it in.
Yeah, I do.
Well, if this all goes well for you, you get a
Smart
promotion.
goblin, whoever heard of it.
If it all goes well, you get a promotion. Have you had elves wandering around your forest before?
Now it's a funny thing you say that. She's not the first I've seen. Normally they slip away. We'll get a chance to get them. I mean, we've seen a couple of them and then we shook them down, but they've always just got like moss in their pockets and nothing of any use.
We used to travel with an elf lady.
Yeah.
She was like royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a druid from like Gargamel.
Yeah.
It's like up north on the mainland. Big forest. Elves like it. Like this is your bugbear forest. That's their elfy forest.
Yeah.
Back in a minute. Well, lady.
Why am I getting a geography lesson from an orc?
I thought it made it more interesting to pass the time. You can sit and sulk. That works too. Do you want a bit of jerky? And I'll give him a bit of sort of dried screeger.
I'd rather just sit and sulk, but I'll have the jerky. It just sits there.
Sulking's better while I'm chewing on something.
Yeah, like, yeah. Just like really
Oh, God. Yes.
often
I am marking the route, literally ball bearings on the floor, so I know where I'm going. And I'm taking an elven lady for a walk, counting out 100 yards.
Charlie's looking round.
Mm.
The forest is very thick here, Owen. I
Mhm.
don't think I have much.
Can you roll a perception check for me?
Mhm.
You're getting ambushed by elves.
Mhm. It's go bad for them. I'm done with being ambushed. Perception, you say?
Yes, please.
Ooh. Ew. 9.
Charlie
Not good.
Charlie got a 5. Oh no! Don't
Can I just
die.
say, well, little help's going to help, but I don't want to head down in a very wild and silly like that. She's
No.
going that way.
It's lucky because you suddenly hear snap behind the shrub just to your left, Owen. And then you hear shit. And then another foot go down and snap, shit.
Turn to the elf lady. Friends of yours?
Yeah, it sounds like them.
Well, if you can hear them. Thank you, Charlie. Let's go, Charlie. Literally turning around and back. No, not hanging around. Just going.
You see 2 male elves kind of just emerge out of this kind of shrub and say, "Did those guys have you hostage?" "No, they were bringing me back." Hey,
What?
you two! Thanks for returning her.
You're welcome. Watch
Wait.
the road.
We're not all that used to roads. Sorry. We've got something for you. Here, catch.
Grenade. Smoke bomb.
And you see flying through the air a
A
bottle,
spear. Whoop.
a bottle wrapped in kind of vines
Oh,
around the
oh.
outside, and like a stopper in the top, and it looks like it has a green.
Molotov cocktail.
I will try and catch before it smashes upon the
You
ground.
can make me a sleight of hand check to catch it.
Oh dear, 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 dear. No, it's 21.
21. Catch this thing. For your troubles.
Thank you.
And you see them walk literally about a meter ahead of where you were.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
they vanish between an archway of trees.
Toby, oh, come on.
Thank you, Charlie. Very much appreciated.
But that was odd.
Tell me again why I left the city.
Because you're a good friend, Erwin.
Oh yeah. Whew.
And it'll be good for you in the long run.
That remains to be seen.
The proof is in the pudding, or more maybe correctly, in whatever Miff's making.
Smell good.
Growl's the chef.
Growl's the chef.
Growl's the wannabe chef, and Miff's the
Growl's the
wannabe
making.
chieftain.
You walk back to this delicious smell wafting out of the back of the cart, and you see Killian Norn sat with a bowl of this stew that Grell has concocted and ladling mouthfuls in. It is marvelous. The cookbook has done him proud, and with a little bit of supply from the Screesia that you have with you, maybe a bit of that jerky thrown in, and after a little while being away, brewing for a little while, that's kind of disintegrated slightly, become kind of a almost like an extra layer within this stew, and it's marvelous with the extra herbs added into it. Killian Norn, you were left in the back of the cart. They were left to cook. Yeah, it was really delicious. It's delicious.
This is so tasty, yet so suspicious.
You are really impressed by
flavor.
Grell's cooking.
I
And
distrust it.
And Miff says, like, Miff's got a little bowl. He's like, "This is better than your last one, Grell. It was amazing. Are you having some, Jax?"
Yeah, right.
There's one, like, there's a bowl served in the wooden bowls. Charlie comes back rubbing his hands. He's like, "It's cold out there today."
Is it? I thought it was warm. Too warm, actually.
Like a storm's coming or something. I don't know, maybe.
Perhaps.
He will make a nature check and see if he's actually.
I will do the same. Because,
Charlie hasn't got a clue. Charlie's just making it up. He can make it. You believe there is no chance of a storm coming in. You think Charlie's just moaning?
Sorry, I just have this, sort of visions of this blizzard trapping us. So it'll be like us, 2 bugbears, 4 polar bears, and 2 screeger, and a snow fox, all stuck in this little TARDIS.
Just all sat inside going,
playing cards.
"Raids again." Charlie's like, "What? It's obvious what I'm doing."
Making a fool of yourself. Please sit down.
Oh, charades with Charles Irwin.
How would that work? It wouldn't be like a movie. It would be, okay, it's another book.
Or a
A
spell.
book. Oh.
Spell.
Spell.
Spell. Yeah.
Scroll.
Scroll.
There are two words. Two words.
Weapon sounds like
3 syllables.
sounds like
Shaker.
Shake.
I'm not playing charades, Charlie.
Dice pot. Dice sounds like
Why
dice.
are we playing charades?
Yeah, stop.
Rattle. Battle. Axe.
yes, Jackson, battle axe, fantastic. No, none of that happened. But
In Charlie's mind, we could play charades.
yes.
Anyway, yeah, and the GM pulls apart. So what's this bottle as I place myself down and nibble absently at this mushroom soup thing?
Would you like Charlie to look at it, or
I'm happy to have him look at
Yes,
it. I'm
yourself.
open about it.
you can make an Arcana check?
Hmm.
It definitely seems magical.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
If I wanted to check that this, whatever the hell it is I'm eating, is safe, how would I do that?
Probably a survival check.
You have to make a con save.
There's that too.
Well, I say it smells delicious because it's up to you. I said you were eating it, but that was actually me making you do an action without you doing it.
Okay, can I check that it's okay?
Yes,
to eat
please
that?
make a medicine check.
You should take a little spoonful of it.
Check.
A survival check, yes, survival. So yeah.
Almonds. There were no almonds in this. This is not good.
What are we saying, Owen?
Oh, it's Arcana, not very high. 8. So no. Fancy bottle is
Magical
fancy.
in nature, but that's about it. That's all you gain from it.
Oh, okay.
The way it twinkles slightly.
I can do a medicine check if you like.
No, I can nature check because that's how you do it.
Nature or survival?
Well, no, survival. Sorry, I'm going mad. So survival check because it's surviving.
Literally surviving. Can you survive this?
2 with a natural 1.
Yes.
Killian Norn. It's delicious. Absolutely fantastic.
Or it's poisonous and you're not going anywhere near it and everyone else is eating it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I eat it.
Munch
Anyway.
away, my friend. Munch away with the rest of us. Yay.
Killian, we've seen you
It's-
eat salted fish that you carried around for like half a week just tucked into your jacket.
Yeah. It's funny. And that's the point. We've only ever seen Killian Norn eat stuff that's been out of her bag, out of his bag. Sorry, his bag. Maybe she just doesn't like things that are fresh. It has to be like 4 days old and crushed.
Oh, like
Yeah, like a crocodile or something, right? Yeah.
The Komodo lizard that bites you and then like it poisons you gradually with its spittle, doesn't it? I think is the Komodo dragon that does this.
That's
and then-
Komodo dragons have
Yeah,
bacteria.
it's actually they're back really bad for you, but it's not poison. It's just
It's just
it
full of
infects-
bacteria, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
because they eat carcasses and carrion and they basically just hacked with crap.
But they really like eggs and cuddles.
So
No, they
what
don't.
we haven't had this week is a polar bear fact.
Oh, jeez.
Here we go. So as you gather round, Jackson steps out for a moment, hot bowl of steaming mushroom soup, and starts feeding the polar bears. And
Did you
whispers
know?
to the Screesia.
You know, and
Yeah.
Owen will actually know this because he was looking at the polar bear cup. That polar bears are actually black.
Yes, they are.
And
With a
the
black skin.
cooler thing about polar bear is that their hair acts like fiber optic cable and light goes through it to warm the
Okay.
black flesh.
I
How
know that.
good is
I knew
that?
both of that. I knew both of those facts. Here's a fun one. Completely different though. This is a giraffe. Giraffes have black tongues because they're always exposed to sunlight. But if the tongue sticks out far enough, it's pink. They go black and into pink.
I did not know that.
Look at me.
I knew various giraffe thingies. But yeah, they're also visible to night vision, polar bears, because they're actually that good at keeping the heat in that they are invisible under night vision. They don't show up at infrared.
Oh, that's hilarious. Got night scopes on. Oh, fuck is that?
Just suddenly ravaged by a bear.
Yeah, that's terrifying
Do
actually.
you tell Charles this? at all.
What? That they don't show up under night vision.
No, the first fact,
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
The polar bears are black.
the fiber optic part.
What? The light goes down the hair.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. This is Jackson's polar bear facts.
Fascinating.
Charles will cast the light cantrip
Ah.
on the polar bear and choose the color purple. There's now a glowing purple bear.
Dancing lights have different color lights, different color polar bears.
Oh, dancing lights says, but I can choose the color of whatever I want it to be. It says on the
The
light.
dancing lights, there's 4 of them, and we've got
I
4
know we
polar
can
bears.
light them all up.
You can have disco bears.
When Charlie puts his hat on, the giant eyeball just has a raise.
Disco bears. And we've
What
broken
kind of
down.
mushrooms were in
Well,
this
well, what was in this mushroom soup?
See?
Well, there was a variety I didn't recognise quite. Well, everyone's having a lovely time. I mean, I'm enjoying myself. What about you, Owen?
Suddenly very suspicious. Seems quite comfortable.
Charlie's like, Charlie does not try to climb on a polar bear because he's had bad experiences so far.
For a second, he thought about it. But,
Being purple. I don't think being purple will make me any better at writing.
Probably for the best.
And after lunch, I'm going to get back on and carry on our wagon.
Yeah.
I will tell the others that apparently the ambush is at the crossroads.
Ah.
But it's all right because Miff's going to point it out and we're going to have a chat with them. And then we're going to go and all see Harmer and Buffo.
Oh, Jackson, before you get on the thing and start this up, pull him slightly to one side. Harmer, the bugbear leader. The bugbears are enemies of the Moor. Apparently, they had some deaths.
Oh, that's cool.
So Harmer may actually be able to give us some actual information and stuff like that. So let's try and make friends,
I'll
not
have,
just
a chat.
kick ass.
I'll
Okay.
have a chat with Miff on the way there and see what he knows.
Okay. But Grell was pretty upset about it. So gently, okay? This might be a very sore subject. We don't want to hurt a good thing. We might actually get some allies out of this if we can.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll keep an eye on Grell
Well, where are you going, Kills?
and Charlie.
There's a glowing bear at the back, and Charlie is just kind of like happy with this. He turns it off eventually, like,
While we're traveling, I don't think it's appropriate.
Glowing like the sun?
But when we're in town and we're rushing to something, if you can make them go like red and then blue, that would be great.
The flash.
Why will that have any effect?
It's like people get out of the way of that.
I would get out of the way of that. That looks terrifying.
If you insist, Jackson, when we're traveling fast, I will put on the blue and red lights on the bears.
We've got a captain of the watch here.
are we making now like police academy?
We are very rapidly becoming Police Academy. Or Lampoon's version of it. Anyway,
Was it not Lampoon's version of Police Academy?
no, it wasn't. Not National Lampoon, no.
Um,
Although some of the actors were. Killian, got this from the elves as a sort of a thank you. It's magical, but I don't know what it does.
What is that?
Arcana.
It's a bottle. It's a fancy bottle.
Jax has the best answer ever.
Mm-hmm. I bet he does.
Find out.
Ooh.
Come on, Kills. Roll it up. No natural ones.
18.
18. It is a potion of animal friendship.
So useful.
Let me give the journey.
Well, Mummy and Daddy love themselves very much. Killian, Charlie wakes up next morning. He's snuggling with a polar bear. What the hell happened?
Is this where we make pigeon bear cubs?
Where did owlbears come from? Who knows? These are the polar owlbears.
The pigeon
Ugh.
What is you show Owen what it is?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
very hushed and with a slight smirk on my face as I kind of glance at you every now and then. I'm like,
Charlie.
yeah.
Does Charlie notice she
Just kind of out the
glances-
corner of my
We're probably doing, we're both staring half side-eyed at him, grinning.
I was like, what is it?
No.
What have I got soup on my feathers?
A little bit, a little bit. But look at Killian again. Look at
Well, would
Killian.
you look at that? I've got some on my robe. It's not that funny, Killian. You see me spill soup hundreds of times.
I'm literally like,
I do not like it when you are like this, you two. He's
Like
gonna try and hint like
what?
Killian.
I give him my best innocent
He got
face.
18 on insight. You gotta
Yeah.
deceive him.
My best innocent face isn't that good.
You can try and deceive him, or if you win.
No, not really. Not strong. It's more of a what?
Okay, Killian's going to try and deceive it.
Oh, getting serious here. Crikey, it's getting serious.
bollocks.
My insight was 24, so what's that?
I don't know, one again.
What was that? A 3 and a?
It's that
He
much.
sees straight through Killian's plans. Killian, you are like an open book to Charles Irwin. He reads every single thought on your roster.
But he hasn't looked at the potion, has he?
No, but he sees you holding the potion bottle, looking at whatever it is, Killian Norn. You are not putting that anywhere near me.
But what if it helped?
I don't want it. The
Push
way
the
you
button.
are laughing.
What?
Look, let me go. Put me down. I do not wish whatever malicious intent you have, or whatever whimsical little thing is going on inside that dragon.
It's a potion of animal friendship. We were just thinking that maybe this time you might be able to gain a rapport with the polar bears.
Exactly. We're being nice.
There's something else to it, though, Killian. I can see it in you.
It may be Feyweld.
So it does what more?
No idea. It's Feyweld stuff.
Different.
Do you want to try it so we can see?
I don't think this is the time or the place.
Oh no. When we get out the forest, just,
Yeah, not right this second.
it's for the future. It's for the future.
I will try it on the condition that whatever happens, if something goes wrong,
Mm-hmm.
you two are responsible for my safety.
Always.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Do you even have to question it?
Whatever.
I do then look at you clearly and go, really?
Whatever goes wrong.
Your secret
Now,
will
when
be
you
safe
say
with us.
go wrong,
If something happens untoward, as we know when we've been to the Fae are tricksy.
Mm-hmm.
I do not wish something untoward to happen.
I appreciate that. And we wouldn't let anything permanently harm you.
Basically, I'd like you to keep me alive, Killian Norn.
I can do that. I've been doing that this entire time, thank you.
I suppose you did cut me out of the belly of a giant worm.
To be honest, you also, save people's lives and our own more than once now. So, it's appreciated.
Okay. I don't know what it is that you're thinking of in your wicked little mind, Killian Norn, but I don't trust it. But I do trust you as a whole. So, when we are in a position of safety, I will drink the potion.
And see whether or not you can be friends with the polar bears.
Precisely.
And so we can see what, if any, adverse effects there are.
And he looks over at the polar bear, and the polar bear is not ignoring him, is it?
We don't get on, do we?
To be honest, it may be a good idea that you learn to at least get on with a polar bear. Jackson is right. We might need to ride out of here and leave this behind. Just for a few.
Getting on is the easy part. It's getting better back on once you've kind of slid underneath and it's trampling on you.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yes. That's one word for it, yes.
You come across what appears to be an opening in the path, Jackson.
Ah, yes.
And all is just the nature of the forest. You see the sky above you.
What sort of
Sun
time of
starting
day
to
are we
drop
looking
low. Sorry?
What sort of time of day are we at?
Long shadows are forming across dusk.
Evening.
Evening to dusk.
Is this coming up for the crossroads, or is this a good place to camp?
Who are you asking that to?
Myth.
This is it. To be in the trees.
Okay.
You can make a perception with advantage.
I can make a perception with advantage, can I? Okay. Probably not going to help.
And Charlie will do the same. They're looking out the back.
That's 16.
Nice.
Nice.
Do I? Because I'm looking at the back.
Is everybody? Yeah, well, it'll be a group check. Everybody roll one.
Yeah, sure. Perception. I'm gonna roll
Killian Norn, what's happened
perception.
for the evening?
Natural 20, 26 in total.
How is that three? This
3 in a row.
game?
Three tonight, baby. Which is great. It's been highs and lows. It's like I roll 3 and a 20 and a 1 and a 16. It's like
So in total, I got 9.
yeah.
You got Erwin and you got Charlie. Charlie and Erwin.
I see who
There they are. They're all around.
Who's in charge of the ambush?
And it's normally fronted by sorry, I've forgotten the guy's name already. Buffalo.
Buffalo. Oh, Buffalo, the other guy.
It's normally fronted by Buffalo.
Oh. I'm gonna stand up on the wagon and I'm gonna be like, hey Buffalo, we got Grell and Miff here. We're hoping to chat to Harbour if we can.
This could go interestingly.
You hear from others. Miff, you all right? Yeah, we've had lunch. They didn't poison you? No,
Grell cooked.
Grell cooked? From that new book? Yeah, he's using the new book. And some elf lady gave us some extra things. Really good. You hear kind of like a conversation hushed in the forest. I don't know.
Let's go see Harbour.
Harmer's here.
Oh, Mohammed, do you want to come and have a chat?
You see this rather stroppy, shorter looking bugbear kind of charge out of the bush and shout back at the shrub like, "This is the worst ambush I've ever been to. Absolutely fucking shit show. What do you call this, Buffo? Look at those fucking twats on the front of the cart."
Can you not shout in my ear, please? That was really loud.
Just absolutely furious, storming
Not
forward.
an ambush, because I think we got stuff in common.
We've got stuff in common. We both like Grell's food. Yes, what?
No, we don't like them more. Apparently, I don't know. Well, I don't know if that's true about you, but we definitely don't like them.
We kill them actually.
There's a
I
dragon.
climb up from the back.
Have you had problems with pudding people where they like burst out of the skin and they turn into tentacle things?
Sounded like an advert. Have you had problems with putting people?
Sick of them, leaving a mess upon the floor. Well, good news.
All you need is
You be gone.
removes
Oh, you
all
need
your
to
pudding.
You know the advert in Ghostbusters.
We're ready to believe you.
She glances at you. It's like, what do you mean you kill them?
Well, when we find them, if you like squeeze people nice and hard, they like don't have any bones and they're a bit squishy. If you squeeze them a bit more, they kind of pop and there's all tentacles and things, and then you chop them up and then they die.
Oh, yeah.
We also discover their churches and burn them to the ground.
And
I
I
see.
cut my half brother's heart out because he was one too.
We are willing to do anything we need to get rid of these bastards.
We've had a couple of chats with it as well, and it really doesn't like us much either.
It's true.
Funny you should say that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The gig's up. And you see the forest, shrubbery, and the trees come alive.
Tentacles.
And out of them drop down bugbear after bugbear after bugbear after bugbear, all around you.
Sorry.
And they sheathe their weapons, and Harmer says, "Come, I'll show you." You led off the beaten track.
Is our bag going to be okay? And our polar bears.
Trust us?
Yeah.
Get insight if you want, anybody.
No, Jax is happy to trust him until he doesn't. And
there are going to be consequences. Yeah, we trust you.
Trust you than I do. And you're led through a little way off, and you walk for about an hour.
Mm-hmm. Trust.
And
Who's warm out here?
filled with a clearing, kind of in the forest, where there is a village of huts, crudely built out of mud and pine, thatching style roofs. And then there's smoke and a central fire, and there is stuff cooking and various meats and brews, and there are young bugbear kin running around and fighting and playing, and they kind of just look at this like you outsiders walking through the camp, and Harmer's trudging in front of you. Look, she says, and leads you into this kind of, pulls this like sheet away.
Mm-hmm.
And there is an altar.
Mm-hmm.
And on the altar, there is one of the Moor symbols that you've seen many times before.
Mm-hmm.
This one has been disfigured with knife cuts. It has been stained in blood and spit and basically like
Tarnished.
yeah, tarnished, and as much as they're defaced, yeah, that's the word I was looking for, defaced and harmed as much by this tribe as this elder as they can. This was round its neck. This
Was he a leader for you?
Did you take it off someone in the woods? Are they dead?
No.
Hmm.
Where did they go?
And what do they look like?
She reaches down in front of the altar. Pulls up this trapdoor that creaks. And the stench is unbearable. She leads
Pinch
you
my nose
down.
and have a look down.
Come. And you walk down through the earth, supported by beams. And then the floor becomes more tiled with kind of boulders and rocks and stuff. You get to a chamber at the end, and nigh on crucified, if you could crucify something with 4 great tentacles, is this distorted form of one of the creatures you've seen before explode out of mortals. It is pinned, it is withered, it is screeching, and it is screeching, but kind of imagine like it's been dehydrated. Like it is just like
it's dry.
yeah, and it's dry, and it's pinned to this wall. It's captured. It seems bonded to this wall by its 4 tentacles, and it's kind of you can see the whole body is covered in scars and slashes, and you believe this thing has been down here for some time, being attended to.
Who did it come out of? Or did you not see it as a person?
We attempted to stop a wagon traveling from Kakanzax, heading north. Papers on the cart said to Drusk. Their home, I suppose. A big city. We've heard of it. You know the saying.
Oh, wealth goes to ask.
Yeah, that one. This fine, rich pickings it was. A holiday. Someone just out for a gallivant. Hunting screeger and dire wolves, and they are covered in pelts and things on the back. Even a yeti's pelt.
Wealth. They like their wealth.
To go home and stick on a wall, no doubt, and obviously armed with, not himself armed, but armed with armed guards. But there are enough of us, as you've seen, to take out most things. We lost a lot of family that day. But, and she turns and points, we didn't let that go lightly, as you see. We hold our grudges.
Did you get a name?
Or do you have the paperwork still?
We have the book still. Yeah. can sell books. Apart from the one you got.
I will pull out a gemstone. I'm going to find my inventory, backpack. I'll pull out the garnet. It's worth 100 gold. For the book. For their book. For its book. A fair trade, I think.
More than fair. Doesn't pay for the lives. If it helps you, she goes to like, you go back up. Do you, upstairs?
I want to ask before we go upstairs and leave it.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of its like stuff have like a pink crystal stuff in it?
Any of its?
Does any of its belongings have like a pink crystal?
No,
You didn't find any.
No, not that we found.
Can I try something? Which, if it does what I think it might do, it will hurt this thing a lot and probably like make it upset. But you know.
You are asking me whether you may hurt this abomination.
Yeah.
Seems only fair.
She takes a little bow. Be my guest.
And then I'm going to turn to Owen and Killian, and I'm going to get out our crystal ball.
I'll do a bit of I'd make a show of it. It was like, take one from Killian.
Produced, the key locked together and the box unlocked.
And basically, from about, well, out further away than I think any of its tentacly bits can reach.
Mm-hmm.
Even
I basically want to sort of with the
magnet.
Thing open, I want to magnet out any crystal things from it.
You see this thing's remaining eyes, of which there are several, but sockets are now void as well. It locks gaze with this crystal that has been growing in size in your possession for so long. And its mouth starts twitching in hunger, in craving more of it, like it wants that thing. And you see its skin start to prickle and almost, you know, like those the pin things that you push your hands into and it makes an imprint. It's like that in reverse, kind of almost pulling out of its skin, and it's screeching and it's being pulled gradually. Where you kind of glide that over, you can see that kind of like almost like, like goosebumps, but extended goosebumps.
Yeah. So it's not strong enough to pull them out of it.
Skin's still holding it in.
That's disappointing.
It's like a magnetic attraction.
Yeah.
Not strong enough to pull it out of his skin.
Yeah, I was just hoping my magnet was bigger than its back.
It is a huge thing. You think that maybe this is a possible thing to use its own power against it from this experimentation?
Half of them nick the skin and see if we can't just make a little hole. And...
That's what I'm thinking. Like me and Owen have got daggers.
Do you do that?
Yeah, why not? I will do it with mine because it's psychic power and thus won't affect magic sort of thing. So melee and make it as in the area where the most pulls, where the most goosebumps are.
Where
just
Jackson has dragged it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hold it there.
And a little bit.
It is like emptying a
Move out the way.
It's like
We're not going to be able to close the
if
lid.
you had a
This
plastic
thing.
bag full of rice pudding and then put.
Oh, is it
squeeze
like
out.
you know when it's like a cyst? And
Yeah, like that. It's like if you could magnet the middle of a cyst out. It kind of and you see them kind of colliding and morphing with the crystal, and blood's kind of flying out, and then the hole that you cut is pulled apart by the force of the rest of it coming out, and this creature is basically pulled inside out from this one tentacle where you've done this thing, and you've and the chattering of jaws and the flickering of eyelids. It's no more.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I'm going to turn to Hummer and be like, sorry, I didn't expect that to be quite like that.
No. She turned around and is sick violently in the corner.
What the bugbear is?
The bugbear turns around and is violently sick in the corner. Just completely.
I just go over and I'm like,
Ah. That was horrible.
yeah, we're used to it.
Oh.
Is our thingy closable now, or have we now reached critical mass?
We may have to split up to pieces. Fair enough.
I was thinking I might just sort of try and break a couple of chunks off and shut most of it away.
But we'll come to that.
Yeah.
Put it back for now. We'll sort it out later.
You realize that your crystal and the sheathing, the protection that it's offered you from detection is now breached.
No.
But ironically, now we kind of don't want to be protected from protection. We kind of want them to know we're coming. Now we're sticking a banner in the screen going, "Hey, come on."
Shall we go? Because it's really stinky down here, and it's going to start smelling worse.
I'm going to ask some of them to fill this in now.
Yeah, probably for the best.
It was Doug specifically. Once we've captured it, I don't think we'll have use for something like this anymore.
I think you probably want to burn the body.
A good idea.
You don't want it growing into the earth and stuff.
No.
Like poison your cat crops and stuff. It'd be horrible.
Very well. I think we might all need to sit down and a talk.
That is a brilliant idea.
And you proceed upstairs and you gather around the fire.
Yep.
And that's where we'll end the adventure for today.
Cool, fantastic. We got an ally! Woo! And that worked. That magnet thing worked. That's interesting.
When it was alive, the key thing is alive.
Alive, yes. Alive and a hole. I am a monster. Ow, you just poked me.
Severely weakened, alive though.
Severely weakened and alive.
What you're actually now suggesting is Jax just mounts a sort of this sort of this sphere of thingy that's now bulging crystal. I'm just going to mount a handle on it.
Put some bars around it. Mount it in the handle. Absolutely.
Start hitting things with it.
He's literally gonna turn it into Thor's hammer.
Yeah, but the reversal.
Did I never link the hammer I kind of envisaged for it?
I know, I did see it. Yeah, it was brilliant.
I literally wanted to sort of get some of these crystals and sort of embed them in a hammerhead, just so you could sort of hit things and then go to sleep and be tripping balls for an hour or two as you hit them with spiky crystally things.
Yeah. I would be sleeping too once my skull was staved in by a chunk of rock. He's asleep. He's dead. Honestly,
kind of go to hit someone really hard. You get that, and then it's just
subdue. What? I like that. Severely weakened. I smacked him with a giant hammer made of rock. I think he's weakened.
I like that a lot, game. Thank you, everyone, for playing. It was great.
Not a problem. Thank you for running the game. Thanks for thinking up these crazy ideas.
Let's pause this.